Hey gang, welcome back to Hey Bill, what day is it? Hey Eileen, I don't have any picture on my screen.
I know. Today's special subject is invisible.
Invisible?
Sure. Haven't you ever seen anything invisible before?
I don't think I have. I've wondered about it though, especially after researching what we're celebrating today. You see, this week's special date is December 5th, International Ninja Day. Have you ever wondered about what a ninja was? Or have you ever secretly dreamed about being a ninja? Their stealthy ways and apparent superpowers do really stir up the imagination. Lots of us conjure up visions of sneaking around undetected to help save the world, or conquer it. What would it be like to stand in there in plain view and not be noticed? Well, that's the way it was for me in high school at parties. Or they could be there one minute and gone the next. Well, this week's special day may help you learn more about these secretive, black-clad warriors. So let's dive right in. Ninjas first appeared around the year 600 AD. Historically, they served samurai warriors. Samurais were warriors that belonged to the noble classes of ancient Japanese society. The samurai lords could not always fight in open warfare because of Bushido. Bushido is an oath that all samurais swore to follow. It was a sort of a code of chivalry, so they often hired ninjas to do their dirty work. On the other hand, ninjas were often mercenaries and had no such ethical code. They mostly belonged to the lower classes of ancient Japanese society, and money and power were very powerful drawing points. They spied on or assassinated an enemy. While some sources suggest they were fallen samurai, most point to the common man and woman. They walked among the farmers and servants of everyday life. The earliest ninja training was believed to have begun at home. If the father or master, the sensei, was a ninja, then he would likely pass on his skills to his son or daughter, training them to be one too. As early as 3 or 4 years, the child selected to become a future ninja would learn to climb and ride and swim and handle weapons of all kinds. This led to some famous ninja families and explains why certain localities established long traditions of producing these specialized warriors. In the 15th century AD, ninjas were being trained in special camps, which might involve entire villages. Some schools became especially famous, such as the Iga and Koga, sometimes known as Koka schools. Ninja leaders didn't want rival groups to know and use their tactics, so all training was done orally so that written records couldn't fall into the wrong hands. Sort of like a modern NFL playbook, I guess. The Iga school of ninjutsu, or art of stealth, was based in Iga Ueno. It was one of Japan's leading ninja schools, along with the Koka, or Koga school, in neighboring Shiga Prefecture. Japan is very proud of their history and offers a number of museums that focus on ninja history and lifestyle. The small but well-done Iga Ninja Museum delivers a comprehensive ninja experience. It consists of a stage, which hosts ninja shows, 2 exhibition halls, and it consists of a ninja residence. And the ninja residence looks like an ordinary residence from the outside, but within it's devised with revolving walls and trapdoors and hidden compartments. Visitors are given a guided tour around the house with explanations on its various contraptions. By the time of the Meiji Restoration in 1868, shinobi or ninja had become more of a part of popular imagination and mystery, of legend and folklore. You know, bigger than life. They were endowed with legendary abilities such as walking on water, catching an arrow in flight, running up walls, and even approach invisibility. You'd think his sword would be a dead giveaway, but I guess by the time you see the sword, you're already dead, so he might as well be invisible. Can't relate? How about America's own Paul Bunyan, or Davy Crockett, or John Wayne, and Big Tex? The fiction was better than the truth. What started with novels and Japanese action films has turned the way of the ninja into a multi-million-dollar business. TV shows, comic books, costumes, turtles, clothing, movies, cookware, glasses, play weapons, underwear, and even cheese graters. When did this international obsession with ninjas really begin? Well, it obviously had been around a long time in Japan, but during the 19th century in Japan, it began to take on a new life of its own. It took almost no time after that to spread to the West. Eventually, the person who most popularized the idea of ninjas among people who aren't personally interested in martial arts was Bond, James Bond. Yep, he's to blame. Strangely enough, the Bond movie You Only Live Twice raised the level of interest in the ninja more than anything before in the history of the West. And the really funny thing about the whole thing is that in the film, they're not representative of ninjas at all. They're portrayed more as commandos. Nevertheless, that's what made the term popular in the West. Of course, there is a whole martial arts community that's separate from that tradition and has a life of its own. So, who managed to get an International Ninja Day established and on a national calendar? Well, it was a tongue-in-cheek organization called Ninja Burger. They managed to pull it off to promote their quick and stealthy burger delivery service. They claim that they can deliver to anywhere in the world in 30 minutes or less, and you don't even have to give them your address. They know where you are and what you're doing. According to their website, ordering from Ninja Burger is simple. We already know where you are, so there's no need to enter an address. We can deliver anywhere, so unlocking doors or deactivating security systems is not necessary. And we make payment simple and secure. You don't even need to worry about how much it costs until we deliver. How simple is that? Plus, if we don't deliver in 30 minutes or less, the Ninja Delivery will commit seppuku, or ritual suicide, and you won't be charged a thing. They've reported a rather high turnover rate in new delivery personnel. Ninja Burger claims that they are approaching their billionth delivery, but admit to being weak at math. Are you going to question them? I don't think so. They also produce video games and card games. Just add the term ninja to anything and things can rapidly get pretty silly. In 2013, Burger King Japan released its Black Ninja Burger, a burger that included 2 black bamboo charcoal buns, a Whopper patty, hash browns, and a slab of bacon for a tongue, and black ketchup flavored with squid ink. How about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? It's unbelievable how much money was made on movies, cartoons, comic books, action figures, and toys over a multi-decade run. So, by now, those of you who join me regularly are probably asking yourself, how is he going to tie ninjas into a Bible lesson? Well, here goes. Ninjas are often portrayed where they were associated with legendary abilities such as invisibility, walking on water, and it's even believed that ninjas had control over the natural elements. Wrong. But if we look in the Bible, we can read about someone who had all these powers and many more. Jesus. In the 8th chapter of the Gospel of John, we see an interchange between Jesus and the Jewish rulers. After revealing truths about himself, the Jews became angry and tried to stone him. As they picked up stones to throw at him, he simply disappeared from their sight and walked among the people. In John chapter 6, we read an account of the disciples getting into a boat to cross over the Sea of Galilee to Capernaum. It says, "A strong wind was blowing, and the waters grew rough. When they had rowed about 3 or 4 miles, they saw Jesus approaching the boat, walking on the water, and they were frightened." In the Gospel of Luke, chapter 8, it says, "One day Jesus said to his disciples, 'Let us go over to the other side of the lake.' So they got into a boat and set out. As they sailed, he fell asleep. A squall came down on the lake, so that the boat was being swamped, and they were in great danger. The disciples went and woke him, saying, 'Master, Master, we're going to drown.' He got up, rebuked the wind and the raging waters, and the storm subsided, and all was calm." Ninjas can't even come close to Jesus in power. Jesus healed the sick, the blind, the lame, the deaf, and the lepers, and raised people from the dead, including himself. The great thing is, Jesus is real, and ninjas are only the stuff of legend. If you find yourself fascinated by ninjas, you definitely should have a great interest in Jesus. Only he can forgive your sins so you can go to heaven when you die. I'm Bill Wasore, and this is Hey Bill, What Day Is It? Forget about ninjas and turn to Jesus. That's the only power that can give you a triumphant day and eternity.